Hi everybody, this is Erica and I am an investigative journalist and esthetician, and I'm fascinated with skin aging, perimenopause and beyond, and just really kind of explaining it beyond just topicals. So I wanted to talk about one of the drivers of your skin aging that goes beyond retinoids or glycolic acid or AHAs or sunscreen or anything like that. Those are all very critical in preserving your skin. But what I hear from a lot of women as an esthetician is that their skincare just doesn't seem to be working anymore. It's not working nearly as effectively. Or they woke up one day and they just looked a lot older. There were a lot more fine lines and wrinkles, things like that. And it seemed to be almost an overnight process that occurred. So what I want to talk about is inner skin aging, and that's something that we don't really talk about. We talk about basically all the topicals you can throw on your skin to basically slow down the aging process, and topicals are very effective at this. But what we don't talk about is basically the cellular decline that is causing the skin to age more rapidly. So basically what I did, and just kind of like really deep diving what happens internally in our bodies that causes things like accelerated fine lines and wrinkles, dullness, laxity, sagging, things like that, was I learned a lot about adenosine triphosphate. It's a mouthful. So it's basically, it sounds very complex, but it's basically kind of like the battery of our cellular kind of repair and rejuvenation in our skin. And it basically also reflects upon our skin. Now, it is, as we age, like everything else, it slows down. Now it's kind of like a battery slowing down, or basically going on to E, or dead. Once the adenosine triphosphate, I'm going to struggle with this word through the whole video, slows down, basically a lot of systems within our skin slow down as well. So collagen synthesis slows down, recovery and repair of the skin slows down, our ability to, our moisture barrier basically becomes compromised, and we have drier, more lackluster skin. And then we notice bigger things like sagging and things like that. So what's happening is when the ATP is slowing down, you basically don't have anything stimulating the fibroblasts to make collagen and elastin in the skin. So when that happens, basically you are aging from the inside out. And we don't talk about that enough, and we definitely don't talk about it in aesthetics. And we don't talk about it really enough on YouTube. It's not really a topic that I ever heard someone kind of dig into. There may be someone who's talked about it, but I don't claim to be an expert on this area, but I have done a lot of research on this area, and it's taught me a lot about how kind of in the perimenopausal, menopausal years, women see this kind of rapid decline in their skin that's not just so much linear, but almost just, overnight, just very quick. It seems to happen kind of exponentially. And so ATP basically is responsible for a lot of the things. It's responsible for stimulating your collagen. It's responsible for repairing your skin from UV damage. It's responsible for the rejuvenation of your skin. So it's not all bad news. This video isn't about like you're gonna get older and you have no ATP and basically you're just gonna wrinkle and that's the end of it. There are things that you can do to stimulate ATP, things that will basically kind of put that battery or recharge that battery so your skin is functioning more optimally, your skincare products are working better, things like that. So one of them is exercising regularly, particularly resistance training. So that is one thing that you can do to actually impact your skin as far as its collagen synthesis. So people that exercise regularly, whether even if it's just a 30-minute walk a day, but ideally adding resistance training into your routine is going to help to stimulate your ATP. Also, ingesting a diet high in CoQ10, alpha lipoic acid, magnesium, and all sorts of antioxidants is going to also stimulate the ATP within your body, and that is going to reflect upon your skin as well. So, I'm not a dietitian or nutritionist, but this is just kind of bare bones kind of dietary instructions on how to stimulate your collagen production from the inside out. So you want to be not just focusing on collagen peptides, but you want to be focusing on a very antioxidant-rich diet. That means eating a varied amount of multicolored vegetables, fruits, things like that. Getting a lot of antioxidants into your system, getting CoQ10, resveratrol, astaxanthin, those kinds of antioxidants into your system will help with basically the mitochondria dysregulation or downgrading that occurs as we hit our 40s. So there are things that you can actionably do that will impact your skin aesthetically, but also from a real, kind of repair and rejuvenation place. So this is very critical to just basically how we age. And women report to me that, their topicals just aren't working anymore. A skincare routine that they used to have just isn't very effective anymore, or that they're just seeing this rapid increase in fine lines, wrinkles, and sagging. And this isn't necessarily our destiny. So what I'm saying is that you can do things that actually basically rejuvenate the ATP production within your body. The ATP actually stimulates the fibroblasts, which stimulate collagen production. And it's kind of a rabbit hole, so I'm not going to get too involved in this concept because it really can go very lengthy. What I did was I created a book on this very topic where I go into much more detail about this, and I'm going to link it in the pinned comments. You can get it for basically the price of a cup of coffee. So this will really educate you on basically how ATP production and basically the quality of your mitochondria impact how your skin is aging. So don't just rely on topicals, don't just rely on, yes, vitamin C and glycolic acid and retinoids and all those wonderful things are going to help with your skin. But if you're running internally on a dead battery, your ATP is not functioning or is functioning at a very low level, those are going to only have so much effect on your skin. So that is really just kind of what I wanted to throw out there to get women informed about what happens kind of around the perimenopausal, menopausal years. Is basically your cells tire. Your cells tire. It's a natural process of aging, but the good news is that you can do things that will actually rejuvenate the cellular process that improves your skin aesthetically and for the long term. So I hope this video helps. Have a great day. Bye.